Yeah, now we are. I like that, Willie, with the dope intro. What's going
Yo, that
on,
was
good?
nice.
Yes, it was. What's going on, good people? It's your boy Smooth. My boy, there we go. Say what's up, Dan.
Yo, what's going on? I'm the fourth member of the GFT radio show.
Yes,
But
and
you're on
welcome.
the, but you're looking at fans' perspective.
Yes. Welcome to another episode of the Fans Perspective. It's our second episode. We got a lot in store tonight. Gonna run through some topics for y'all, and we're gonna have some fun with it. Glad y'all joined us. Let's hop right to it. So, Dane, so we're gonna continue with the uh same energy we had 2 weeks ago for the women. Since it's Women History Month, we want to talk about the unfair treatment of the NCAA women uh during the basketball tournament, during March Madness. How the disparities between their food that they was getting, their equipment, workout equipment. I think young lady, her name is Sedonia Price. She brought it to the attention to the masses on her little TikTok video, showing the discrepancy. So she's like, "This is, they just gave them some free weights, like what's there of free weights they had."
Man, they went to Dunham's, dude, and got those weights off the rack. Those were the clearance rack.
So my question is for you is it's 2021. Why, in your opinion, is there still a big gap in between the way the men are treated and between the way the women are treated in college basketball, college sports, period?
Money. That basically because most people are watching men's sports versus women. I mean, the alley oop dunks and the men getting hype. Yeah, that's all fun, but women actually have a lot more skills because they don't have the athleticy of like men do to dunk and get up there like that. Not a lot of women do.
Mm-hmm.
There's only like a few women that can actually get up there like that, like Brittany Griner, Lisa Leslie when she was playing.
Candace
To be able
Parker
to
did
dunk.
it.
Candace Parker, yeah, she's still
Shell
playing
Snow.
too.
Yeah. She just won
Yeah,
Defensive Player of the Year.
yep, shoving in Shaq's face too. Um, which was kind of funny to me.
Take the surprise out your voice, Shaq. That's what she said. Take the
D Wade,
surprise out your voice.
yeah, man. So I actually enjoy watching women's basketball. They just don't get the publicity because people aren't funding women's sports like they would men's.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is. Maybe because of marketing. Maybe it's still something new to certain people who are still living back in the '60s and don't see women as
Equal.
equal or just as better people,
I,
sports athletes.
I agree with you that money and viewership are the two top issues that especially women college basketball is having. I've been a huge fan since back in the day. I go all the way back to when I first started watching women's college basketball. Uh, Shamika Holdsclaw,
Oh yes,
Nikki McCray. They all played for Tennessee. They was like my two of my favorite players. Then of course you had Tamika Catchings and Samika Randall,
you
the
know,
three
you just
Meeks.
mentioned one of my crushes too.
Oh, Nikki McCray.
Oh, of course, yes,
Yeah. She was
yes.
beautiful. She is beautiful. Uh, I think see with me, I'm like you. I enjoy basketball. So whether it's men or boys or women and girls, I just enjoyed it watching the game of basketball. I appreciate the differences between the two. Like you said, when you watch men or the boys play, they rely more on their athleticism. So they could cut corners in certain aspects of the game and certain fundamentals to where the girls and the women, they, you know, They don't have that type of athleticism, so they don't got the they can't rely on that. So they have to work on their skills. They have to work on their fundamentals. So it's a different type of basketball, but it's still enjoyable, very enjoyable. My problem with it is uh the crazy part about it is the most people who watch women's sports or watch women basketball specifically are like men around our age. We're their highest viewership. It's hard for them to get younger women, younger men, that whole demographic to watch them uh, for whatever reason. I think it lacks the excitement. Just like how the NBA or had to change the rules of the game to make it more appealing to the masses. I feel like the women's game have to do the same thing. I know they get real. We was just talking about Candace Parker and Shaq. I remember a couple of weeks ago, Shaq had mentioned to Candace because they had interviewed my favorite player of all time, Cheryl Swoops. They was giving her flowers on the show, and he mentioned, what if they lowered the rim a little bit? Because he said, y'all do everything we can do. It's just that y'all not coming down with the highlights, the alley oops. He said, what if and she kind of took offense to that. And I noticed before, when it was mentioned a couple other times, a lot of the women players, they take offense to that. But I think if you want to uh, get more fans, if you want to uh, generate more money, generate more interest in the sport, you have to do something to spice it up. You have to do something to spice it up. And I think that's what it comes down to. As far, I think the NCAA should have been ashamed of themselves for uh for allowing that to happen. You know what I mean? Especially when it came down to the food. You feel me? When you seen the discrepancies of the food that the men were getting and the women were getting, it was like, damn. I know Dawn Staley, coach of USC, University of South Carolina, the Gamecock, she had wrote a stern letter towards the NCAA about the mistreatment and how it's so, how it's coming to light now. So, I think uh, that has to change. And before we switch topics, I want to earlier today I was on Twitter and a man posted something. He posted Cody Zeller. I think he played for the Charlotte Hornets right now, and he made like 15 million a year. And then they showed that in comparison to like the whole WNBA combined only made like 12 million. You know what I mean, total. And he was trying to point like there's something wrong with that picture. My point to him was, you feel me? Don't use him as a scapegoat and try to demean what he do or saying he don't deserve his money compared to them. The NBA generates so much money, them TV contracts, everything. You understand? So they make billions of dollars. The WNBA has actually been operating in a deficit. The NBA has been supporting them. You know what I mean, and financing them to keep that league going. So in order for them, I feel like they have to change something with the marketing. I think that's where they could have an issue or a beef with everybody. It's like the marketing of the sport is shameful. You know what I mean? They should get more TV time, but it's like, how, in your opinion, how do you think they can generate more viewers?
Um, I actually thought about this. It's not just what you were saying. Uh, Sponsorship. The people have to get behind it. Somebody has to go out on a limb and sponsor these women.
Mm-hmm.
Once the first person step forward, maybe more people step forward to sponsor these women, these athletes. I mean, like you said, that the food alone, not just the weight room, the food alone should be. That was horrible.
Yeah,
That was horrible. Seeing what the guys were eating, they were eating basically a buffet, and the women were
exactly.
getting that cafeteria food from the hotel or the hospital. It was just like, You want to eat that? Sounds that's not Salisbury steak, is it? I don't know what that was. It was just that horrible. It's like you're playing guess on what I'm eating. Like I'd rather spend my own hard money that they're not paying me to go to McDonald's and eat unhealthy than eat what they was serving. Then the weight rooms, I'm sorry, the weight area in the cot, and then they had their basketball practice area. Then they said they were working on it. Whoever was in charge of that should be lunched out of a cannon somewhere, just anywhere, and just try again, or don't even try again. Get somebody better. Just support these women because
Exactly.
it was just deplorable. But sponsorship, somebody needs to go out on limb and just say, you know what, to heck with it. I'll back these women up, and the NBA players should just be grateful. Like, hey, these are counterparts. They do what we do. Sometimes they do it better than some of these the main athletes.
Hmm.
Like I watched Candace Parker. Oh, and Skylar Diggins.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
I watched them all day.
Exactly. Uh,
And
shoot,
bring
I
back my
watched
Detroit team.
the Detroit Shock. I used to love watching them. Cheryl Ford.
Oh yeah,
Cheryl
Carmelo's
Ford.
daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cheryl
Carmelo's
Ford.
daughter.
Who y'all had? Deanna Nolan.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
oh man, Pearson. I think y'all had Pearson. I can't remember her first name. I remember she was fierce. So I think she actually fought Candace Parker one game. I think they went.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
yeah,
That was.
yeah. I think she,
It's always a fight at the palace.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Malice at the
I'm a
palace.
I'm a diehard WNBA fan. So shout out to the ladies. Let's lend them our support. I mean encourage everybody out there to go check them out.
Keep your
you
head up,
know,
ladies.
yes. Now I mean, get them some views, show them some love. So we wanted to do that. Start the show off with that. Now let's go into a little somber note. We lost a few legends since our last show. Rest in peace to Marvin Hagler. Uh, one of the greatest fighters ever. One of the greatest fighters ever. You know what I mean? If y'all haven't watched, y'all can YouTube it right now.
Right
Uh,
now,
Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hearns.
that
That's
first
probably
round
that first round is probably the greatest first round ever,
ever.
ever. You know what I mean? He had a great fight with Sugar Ray. He
Hmm.
felt like he got robbed. They never got that rematch. Uh, or what have you. But Marvin was a beast out there, man. Yeah, there. Listen, y'all have not seen that fight. Go YouTube that, man. Listen, this is the most entertaining 3 minutes of boxing you'll ever see.
I got no problems with that. That made me think that's how boxing should have been all my life. Though that's how I was raised. Like, oh, that's how you supposed to fight. Okay, everybody just go ham in the first round. I thought that's how they went. Then I
Word
started
up.
watching the other fights and like they're boring. You trying to
Real.
feel somebody out? No, just go at it.
Just go at it. It's like they was trying to knock each other heads off. You know what I mean? I think Marvin ended up winning in the third round. Second or third.
I
I believe it was the third.
I think it was a third.
Yeah. Uh, so rest in peace to Marvin. We want to send another rest in peace shout out to Elgin Bella, one of the NBA greats,
Damn,
LA Laker fan. Uh, he was a
he was up
scoring
there
machine.
with Jerry West, man.
Yeah, yeah, him and Jerry. They couldn't get over the hump though. They kept running into the to Bill Russell and them boys. You know what I mean? The year
Who
they
is the
did
best
finally get,
defensive player ever? I'm sorry, I'm just
yes.
gonna put that out there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that for a second too. We're gonna talk about that for a second too. We're gonna get to that. We definitely gonna get to that. Uh, but yeah, Elgin, rest in peace to Elgin, one of the greatest scorers of all time. Technically, he did win the championship. He just didn't play because the beginning of that season he got hurt,
Right.
and that's when Wilt Chamberlain, uh, Jerry West, and I forget the other guard name. But that's when they finally got over the hump and beat Boston. So salute to them. Or it was the Knicks, one of the two. But shout out to Elgin Baylor, one of the all-time greats, a legend. So we just wanted to show him some love. So what you want to get to next? You want to get to the Deshaun Watson?
No, I hate that guy. Uh, that I'm sorry, I hate that alleged scumbag. So no,
Yeah,
but go.
it's looking pretty murky for him. I think
you,
I think the lawsuit's up to 16
yep.
now.
Last time I checked, yeah.
Uh, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Some people feel like it's a smear campaign because there still hasn't been any charges. I think the police in a lot of those areas they have reported like we haven't gotten any information. We haven't they're saying they haven't seen anything come across their desk. Now, my thing is this: even if he didn't do it, he put himself in a bad situation. He put himself in a bad. Something ain't right. You feel me? For them to be able to, he was trying to force a trade out of Houston to somewhere, and you know, a lot of people, like I said earlier, a lot of people think since he tried to do that, that's where the smear campaign come from. But man, 16 allegations, uh, like that's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
um, my thing is, it's kind of a sudden that he wants out of Houston and all this stuff adds up. Now, if it was over a period of time, like all the time he's been in NFL, like maybe a month here, and another month here, another accusation comes up, but just like all these accusations at the blue when he really wants out of Houston. That's my first thought. And the second thought is, even though they're two different leagues, why does everybody want out of Houston all of a sudden?
Yeah,
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 it's just fun, ironically funny. Just like everybody wants to leave Houston,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
but but he did put himself in a situation to get cornered like this. I mean, you're not that type of athlete just yet. You're not on that. I don't want to bring his name up, but an ex basketball player's standards. You're not that big name. You're Deshaun
yeah,
Watson. Yes, they know you, but you're not
yeah,
that
yeah. He not
megastar. You're not that elite
exactly.
megastar.
And I
So
want to
yeah,
say that they initially approached him to see if he could just pay them more. That's why I kind of feel like it's a money grab. You know what I mean? Like I like to wait to pass judgment on the situation, but I do feel like what I mean something a little fishy, something a little
yeah.
off. You know what I mean? He could have handled himself better. I was watching Shannon and Skip, and Shannon was mentioning about he should have just had him a personal masseuse to avoid all this. But the fact that he was getting a lot of them off of Instagram and stuff like that, it's like that stuff raised red flags to me. He was
Don't
flying
they
them
know?
out.
Don't they know the internet is bad? There's some bad stuff on the internet. It's,
Yeah, man, it's,
it's
it's it's a weird. So like I said, they still allegations. Nothing has been criminal. Went to the criminal court. This is all civil. Uh, that's my issue. That's another issue. It's like if y'all accusing him of sexual assault, wouldn't him going to jail be more important than you getting a bag or getting some money?
yeah,
Like,
you getting your power back, your dignity, your respect back, versus for $1 million, stop. Just pay me $1 million. I'll stop the acting.
yeah, like that seemed
Yeah,
kind of funny to me, you know. But we're gonna get him to you're innocent until you're proven guilty. Innocent
yeah.
until you're proven guilty. So we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt for the time being. But he's like he said he can't wait to prove that he's innocent. So we'll see.
I
We'll
hope he
see.
is though. I
I hope.
mean, I was just joking at the beginning, but it was just
Yeah,
um yeah, I hate when stuff like that happens to people. Like, you just put yourself in a bad spot. Maybe hopefully he'll learn from this and like Shannon said, get yourself a personal masseuse. You got the money for it now.
yeah. And I think if he is found innocent or cleared of all charges, all those women should face charges. They should face criminal charges. Uh, because it makes it harder for other women who are actually victims of sexual assault and in situations like that. So, that's the one thing I hope. If he is innocent, I hope all those women that are accusing him get charged. And I don't want to see no Jane Does. I want them to be exposed, just
Right.
like how just like how he's exposed. Because when you look at a lot of these filings, they saying Jane Doe. They ain't actually naming names to everybody. So my thing
Well, I think
is like,
because I think because it's an ongoing investigation.
true,
I think
true.
that's why.
I mean, so when everything come to the light, if, like I said, if he's found not guilty or cleared of all any wrongdoing, please charge those
Hey,
ladies.
hey, I got a quick question before we go to the next subject. If they can be remain anonymous. Ugh, can't talk today. How come he can't be? How come this can't be kept quiet too? Why can't this could be anonymous too? Like,
Exactly. You know what I mean? You should be able to face your accusers and in public, just, because they're trying to make him guilty in the public eyes before they even go to court, which is kind of foul, you know what I mean? But which is smart by their lawyer, the lawyer that's representing all of them. You know what I mean? He's trying to uh find him guilty in the court of public opinion before they even move forward. So,
hmm
as far as strategy from the plaintiffs, I can see why they would like that. But it is kind of foul. It is kind of foul. I feel like all information uh shouldn't be released to the public until, you feel me, there's some concrete evidence. If you don't have any concrete evidence, then it shouldn't be public
right.
at all, at all. So that's that. So where you want to go to next? You want to go to the trades, the NBA free agency, and the trade deadline that ended today at 3 o'clock.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so which one was the most? Which team do you think won today? I'm gonna go with Denver Nuggets. I'm gonna go with the Denver
I
Nuggets.
you know what? I didn't get all the trades. I just got the two for the Miami Heat.
Okay,
So you have to run past me the other trades.
okay. Denver end up getting JaVale McGee and Aaron Gordon from Orlando Magic. Yeah. So I think that helps them out a lot because they miss losing when they lost Jeremy Grant into free agency last summer. They were missing something. So adding Aaron Gordon helps
And you
them a
got a
lot.
backup for Joker.
Yeah, and JaVale McGee is a backup for Joker. Like you said the Heat. They got Victor Oladipo from
Yep.
the Houston Rockets. Uh, Now the LA Clippers. What you think about this trade? They traded Lou Williams for Rajon Rondo.
Rondo, he is a streaky shooter.
But you know
I
what
mean, I like
they
his.
say
I
that's
like.
playoff Rondo a real thing. Playoff Rondo a real thing. So
No,
would
I
you
like.
rather
But personally, I do like Rondo. So I'm just trying to be objective about that. I was more. That's a good
personally
pickup.
I think it hurts them. I think Lou Will was their closer. Lou Will, in my opinion, was their closer.
It
Uh
depends on how you playing it though. If you want your Rondo's the defensive guy. If you
True.
need stops, if you need those stops in the last couple of minutes, I would rather go with defense because you can score off defense
And he
better than
and he run the
and he can
offense good too.
facilitate. Yeah, he can
Yeah, and
facilitate. That's why I think that was actually a good one. My thing was um, Lamarcus Aldridge.
They bought him out.
Yeah, he's going to
Yeah,
Miami. Yeah, so that's what I was looking at too. I'm like,
yeah. I do
I'm
like
not
this.
sure about LaMarcus.
Yeah, I think he a little bit past his prime. I do like that
After
70.
Portland,
Yeah, I like the 76ers acquired George Hill. Uh,
that's
I think
another
that's
one
gonna
that I think George Hill's past that Spurs prime myself.
true, but I think he helps the Sixers. He get him another floor general, and he plays defense. He's a good defensive player. With that team, you don't he doesn't really need to be the star or a third option or even a fourth option on that team, to be honest with you. But I definitely like that the Sixers picked him up. Uh, who else we got?
Oh,
The
Austin
Blazers,
Rivers.
yeah. But the Blazers, they traded Gary Trent Jr. and Rodney Hood for Norman Powell from the Raptors. Now
Yeah, I don't,
The Raptors are in straight rebuild mode, in my opinion. They're in straight rebuild
yes.
mode. I like that pickup for the Blazers. I like that pickup for the Blazers because Rodney Hood really wasn't giving them much, even though he just came off of that bad injury, but he still wasn't giving them much. Gary Trent Jr., he's an amazing shooter. Uh, but I don't think he he did too much do too much off the dribble. So I mean, Norman can create his own shot and he can knock down that three. So I think he'll fit well with them. Now the Bulls get Vucevic from the Magic. They get Vucevic. So now you got Zach LaVine and Nikolai over there. What you think about that?
I think they're trying to spread the floor a little bit more with that.
That's gonna make them that shows that they're committed to winning. I don't know if that's gonna
Yeah,
keep Zach LaVine,
I don't, I don't think that's. I don't know.
but I
I can
think
see
that
how the
helps.
chemistry is. I don't.
I think it helps them a lot because I think Nikolai Vucevic, he's a legit all-star big man. He can get his own shot. He don't need nobody to create his own shot for him. So I think him and Zach, will become a great 1-2 punch. They got rid of Wendell Carter Jr., who, in my opinion, has been a disappointment. I thought he was going to be much better than what he has been so far in the league. They got rid of I guess Magic also got Otto Porter, who's was another disappointment.
I'm looking at the Magic's future picks. Two future first round picks.
Two future
That's
first
what
round.
that's what I'm more curious interested in actually.
Yeah, yeah.
That
But
I don't know. I mean, those two picks are stand out more than the players that get back from the Bulls.
facts, facts. Because like I said, I think Otto Porter has been. I think both of them have been disappointments.
I think
This,
so. I think they won. The Magic won that
mhm,
trade actually.
yeah. You think the Magic? Well, I'm gonna go with the Bulls on that one. I'm gonna go with the Bulls on. Yeah, the Bucks had acquired PJ Tucker about a week ago. I think he just played his first game last night.
Yeah,
I was watching. Yeah, I was watching. He actually looked good. He actually fit well with them. He actually fit well with them. He gave them a extra defensive player who's a you know we might as well jump right into it. Draymond Green had announced that he was the greatest defensive player ever.
that's our show.
Ever.
That's our show tonight, for ladies and gentlemen. So,
You know what I mean? I don't feel like he's the best defensive player in the league right now. I take Ben Simmons over him uh, in a heartbeat. Rudy Gobert has a great impact, but I think PJ Tucker is one of the most underrated defensive players in the game. What he was doing for Houston, he was literally guarding 1 through 5. When they always talk about these guys playing guarding 1 through 5, like PJ Tucker was actually doing it.
mm-hmm.
He was actually doing it. It wasn't just a talking point. Oh, he's able to like no, like you can go back to last year in the bubble. You know what I mean? I mean when they went against the Lakers, like he had to guard AD. You know what I mean? And then he was switching. He would have to guard Braun. Like he was the I really think he's underrated defensively. So I think the Bucks really really scored with that one. But what you think about Draymond claiming he the best defensive player ever? Ever, ever?
Ev-
Ever,
never, never. Uh,
ever?
you have to go past Drake, like we said, Bill Russell, Ben Wallace. In fact, I get a little closer to our day. Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
He used to guard. He guarded Shaq in his prime,
yeah. And
solo.
people and when he was with Detroit, he used to guard MJ and Scotty.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I mean?
Don't forget Scottie Pippen used to guard
Yeah.
everybody too. Remember,
I
he
think
locked up. He locked get 1998 Eastern Conference Finals. He
Mark
locked up Mark
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah,
Locked up Mark Jackson in the finals that same year. He guarded Greg Ostertag so he can help out switch because Greg Ostertag wasn't an offensive player, so they wasn't
exactly.
looking for Greg Ostertag. That was smart on Phil Jackson's part, and you had to be a really good defender and smart, basketball IQ wise, to actually go out there and perform too. So Scottie Pippen was pretty good.
Yeah. I got
So
Scottie
you,
Pippen. I got
yeah,
Scottie Pippen ranked high on my list as far as dude. He to me, I feel like he the greatest perimeter defender ever, ever. Nah, I mean, I remember Kobe. Kobe did a
he was
detail.
great. Oh, Kobe was good too.
Yeah, Kobe was a great weak side defender. Kobe was
He
one of them great weak side defenders. Uh, Sort of like MJ. MJ was probably better still man to man, guard man to man than Kobe, but Kobe was elite at help
he
side.
only
He
his only weakness, Kobe, was he would get beat off going side to side like Gilbert Arenas. I
and
watched a
he,
couple of tapes. Gilbert Arenas torched him because his lateral movements going left and right wasn't their best, but he still guarded. He still locked people up.
yeah, and he was I remember them Portland Trailblazers, man, Bonzi and Steve Smith. They
Oh,
used
the
to throw
Jailblazers.
Yeah, they used to throw Kobe in that post. They couldn't guard Kobe, but they knew one thing they can do with Kobe is throw his ass in that post, and it was nothing he can do. You know
He
what I mean?
didn't
It
have
was
to
nothing.
wait.
Yeah, he just couldn't guard him in the post. But yeah, I thought Draymond was being a little
Arrogant.
he over yeah, arrogant. Yeah, I don't know. I could say I want to say confidence. Because if you listen to Draymond, he a student of the game as well. But
Hmm.
I definitely I can name like we just named a bunch of players. Ben Wallace, like he's definitely no Ben Wallace.
Oh, Joe
He's
Dumars.
Dikembe Mutombo. You know what I mean? Tony Allen. Him and Tony Allen had it back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Tony when Tony stamped. You feel me? Because that's what they want to talk about is who's Tony was like who stamps you. You know what I mean? Kobe said the toughest person by far who he ever had to go against was Tony Allen. He said because Tony Allen never asked for help. He never told nobody. I mean, he said when he be going, he said it don't matter who it is, who he going up against. They was always calling for help, help, help. He said Tony Allen never did that. KD, you know what I mean? You talk about two of the greatest scorers ever. When you talk about Kobe and KD, easy. He was like Tony Allen. You know what I mean? For the same reason. You know what I mean? So like, and Tony, that's what he did. That's what he loved to do. You know what I mean? Sort of
Kevin
like what
Garnett was
Dre.
another one.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't understand why he think he was better than Kevin Garnett defensively or Tim Duncan. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Or Tim Duncan. He. This is my thing about this era. His own teammate Kelly Oubre made a comment. He was like, this era a little softer than other eras, so it's hard for anybody in this era to say they the goat of anything. He said it's kind of disrespectful. But my thing is, even when they be like such and such can go out 1 through 5 in this era, there aren't many post players in this era. Mostly all the bigs are stretch bigs. You know what I mean? You got very few who can work in the post. Jokic,
Joker, yeah.
yeah, Embiid, Vucevic somewhat. Outside of that, most of these big men in today's era are pick, roll
Pick and
to the
pop.
rim for the alley oop. You know
Yeah,
what I
pick and
mean?
pop or yeah.
Like so, they're easier to guard now. So you're not really guarding real bigs. That was going to take you in the post. He really can't
Patrick
guard.
Ewing. He was a guarding Patrick Ewing, Akeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, Shaquille
Exactly.
O'Neal.
Yeah. So like when they talk about he can guard 1 through 5, I'm like in this era, because it ain't really no real fives. You feel me? There ain't really no real big man
No,
who can go. You know what I mean? Like we only they ain't really 2 or 3. You
Now,
know what I mean?
now, for his comment when he said he's the best defender in his era or this decade, yeah, you have to go out with that mindset saying, yes, I'm the best at this job. But when he put that ever behind it, that's when you become suspect and just you're open to interpretation to what we're doing now, to
But
ridicule.
is he really a better defender than Kawhi? I don't
No,
know that. Like I
no,
can't
no.
just you know what I mean? Like I just don't I can't see that. This the thing. Him, Draymond, Kawhi, and Bron, they like all the same. They basically the same size. Who would you rather have guard LeBron? Draymond
Kawhi.
Green or Kawhi Leonard? Exactly. Everybody gonna say Kawhi Leonard. Uh, so and vice versa. If you had LeBron and Draymond, and you ask who they want to guard Kawhi, I'm gonna pick LeBron.
Dray, I don't pay Draymond for that one.
Like Drake can't guard Kawhi. Drake
No,
can't guard
no, no,
Kawhi going to
no,
use it. LeBron,
no. LeBron,
LeBron,
he's picky when he wants to play defense.
but
At
that's
least
my
Dream,
point though.
at least Draymond, I know I want to get a solid effort. I'd rather try for effort than I don't know if he's going to guard him this round or not. So that's
I,
just me.
I'd rather go for who, you know what I mean? Effort cool and all, but effort ain't execution. I take execution over effort.
I got you.
You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? Anthony Davis. Like he's not a better defender than Anthony Davis. I think Anthony Davis got robbed last year, Defensive Player of the Year, and even this year, going at the beginning of this year, like the Lakers had the top defense in the league. You know what I mean? A
Before
lot of
both of them got injured. Before, yep.
yeah, and a lot of that had to do with LeBron and AD. So I think he overstepped his uh
He overstepped
boundaries.
his boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah, he overstepped a little bit. You know what I mean? So
Habitual line steppers. Got,
habitual
got,
line.
got, gotta love them.
So we about to get up out of here. Anything? One last thing? You want to talk about before we bounce?
Man, I think we covered it this go around, but just it's been a sports, man. It's been sports.
Yeah, yeah. Who you got in the tourney? Who you got in the who you got winning it all?
Go blue,
Go blue. Who?
Michigan.
I got
I
the
got
Zags.
to.
I got the
You know what?
Zags.
Of course you do. That's a fictional school for they don't have a real campus or anything.
Yeah, I got Gonzaga easy. I think they just
You know
too
what?
versatile. They can
I
beat you in
want to
so many
pick
different
them,
ways.
but that's too easy of a pick because they're like you can't beat them. They can beat you. You go zone, they bomb you with threes. You go
Hmm.
man to man, they kill you in inside. Then they had a off night a couple of nights ago and still won by 16. They
Yeah.
played. They played. This is a cheat code. They are Steph Curry's of the NCAA right now. You can't.
Yeah,
This
man.
is
Yeah, man.
this is the Golden
They're
State
a
Warriors
problem.
of 2016.
They're a problem. They're a problem. So I got them. Do you got to pick on the women's side?
You know what? I have not kept up with women's this year because work schedule. But if I have to go off history, let's go UConn.
Oh man.
I'm kidding. I don't.
That's
I don't have a say actually for women.
uh
I
that's
get back with
natural.
you in 2 weeks. I get
But
back
that's
to you
a
in 2 weeks.
but that's a legit pick because they good. I think they start player freshman. Oh man,
What happened?
I don't want to
That you know
pronounce her
what?
name wrong. Paige Brecker
That
or something like
that's
that.
who got me interested in women's basketball. Actually,
UConn?
when they UConn back in the '90s
Yeah, yeah,
when they were
yeah.
winning, I'm like, wait, they haven't lost,
Yeah, Nikisha Sales. I used to love Nikisha Sales. You feel me?
dude.
I thought I was gonna marry Nikisha Sales. I love Nikisha Sales.
Dude, I
They
just
had
wanted Don Stanley to come over and just play basketball with me one day.
a
Just
but that's my pick right there to win it all. The Gamecocks. I'm rooting for Dawn. Uh, I'm rooting for them to win it. I think they got a good shot to win it. But uh, you know, them UConn girls, they stay official. They stay official. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
uh well that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Uh great show. Shout out to my brother Dane. Uh what we would like y'all to do is y'all can email us. Go to our website, gftradioshow.com, where where this will be posted at. We're everywhere. We're gonna be GFT underscore radio on Twitter and Instagram, GFT radio on Twitch and Facebook. And you could join the conversation group at facebook.com/groups/GFT. Join the conversation. And if any topics y'all want us to talk about sports wise, let us know. We can tackle them from any sport. Any sport. Let us know, and we'll get to it. So, Dan, you want to get your information out, brother?
Yo, this is Silky Dame at another level up on Instagram. I want to take that out one day. Uh, Agent D'Lo on Twitter, Agent Shinlo on Twitch, and Agent Shinlo on PlayStation Network and Xbox One. Hopefully, I will get a new Xbox so I can just sit there and do the same thing I'm doing with the regular Xbox. But like, share, like, subscribe at GFT Radio. Join the conversation.
Yes, yes. Y'all know your boy Smooth. Y'all can catch me at Trent Groomy on Twitter. I'm always on there talking smack to somebody. You can find me on my blog at kingstruth.com. A lot of stuff coming soon on there. And I'm definitely on Snap at the King's Truth. So holla at me there. So that's it, people. Y'all just got the fans' perspective.
14.
Holla at us. Mm-hmm.